The
All right,
thing
we're
is
I
gonna.
don't
still
see it.
wrong.
All right, we're gonna start anyway because the
I'm gonna send it
YouTube
again.
stream starts on
I
time.
I have, first of all, I have a block, so that's probably why I didn't see it.
Why do you have me blocked? I want to know.
All right, this is real talk. We're live.
Mm-mm,
We want to save it for later. I don't know why myself.
You need to get out of unavailable mode.
Who?
You?
I can't. I'm doing the show.
Oh,
I want to know.
let me go to profile.
Well, that'd probably be a conversation y'all should have because I sure don't know why. I ain't supposed to know why.
What?
Any, anyway,
Why what?
why you have her blocked?
Because she had blocked us. She had got mad at me and Keisha at Soul's Evolution, saying that we don't talk to her or whatever the case may be, and she blocked us herself. So we blocked her back. In fact, we blocked
Who's
her over there
we?
at Oasis when they had a party over there. I tell her I'm not scared to tell her because she had blocked us first, so we blocked her. Because it's like
How
she didn't
many?
want to talk to us.
Okay.
She said I blocked
Uh.
y'all, whatever the case. So okay, we blocked her back. So she's been blocking for me for years. After she blocked me, we blocked her. Me and
The
Keisha.
Aces.
Talking about Keisha,
Keisha.
Soul
Who's?
Evolution. All right,
It
but we're
started at
live right
Soul.
now.
Yeah,
Welcome
we live.
everybody to Real Talk Uncut. We are actually live today, also on YouTube live, and hopefully this will work the entire show because I think I figured out the reason why I was cutting off. Anyway, Mom Tisa, and it's an open forum, and we do have subjects that we do discuss during the show. We ask that you pay attention to the board. Put the camera on it. I think it's here. Nope, not there. uh, this is for the camera. You see the board that's to my left with the microphone on it. Usually, when we have a conversation and it's pretty, going along smooth, we don't pay too much attention to the board. But when it starts to get a little out of hand, we want to let everybody get a chance to talk. Then we will ask to click the board. So we also have Sweet Juice here, co-host, and we'll let her introduce herself, and then we'll go on with the show. Oh, we ask that
Ah,
everyone
she.
wait, ask that everyone keep your microphones shut. Watch the background noise, especially now that we're recording live. I have real life people out there listening right now. So,
And so we supposed to behave like kids,
no, you're supposed
please.
to behave like adults.
Okay, then I'm gonna be 100% real. Whether if they out there, they gonna hear it. I ain't trying to be all fake and stuff.
Okay. Introduce yourself so they'll know who you are.
All these people in here know who I am.
People that are
Oh,
listening
I'm
outside.
sorry. Hey, outside the world, how you doing? I'm Sweet Cocoa Butter in the virtual world of Second Life, and today we have our show, Real Talk Uncut, and that's all I'm gonna say because I get messed up on that other stuff.
I kind
Lord
of
have
explained
mercy.
everything else before.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And
we have our audience out there. Let me see if I can get a shot. Oh, another thing, we have a podium that's in the middle of the floor. The only reason why I ask you to stand there at the podium is because I have the camera on it. So when you speak, you'll be seen, on the film. But anyway, it starts out with wait, because we celebrated Juneteenth, and I'm sure everybody out there knows that it's a federal holiday now. That's right. That means all federal, state closed. If schools were open, which they're not, because it's summertime. I don't know. No, yeah, some schools might be open June 19th, whatever. But it's a federal holiday now. And Biden was the president that did that. I wonder why Obama didn't do it. I don't know. See, he was trying to pass health care. It took him almost 2 years to do that. But anyway, so Juneteenth is the holiday that we celebrate as far as our freedom, because when Lincoln so-called freed the slaves, the South didn't know till 3 years later. I guess they had to ride by horse and buggy down there to give the message. There wasn't no telephone you could pick up and call them, whatever. And on June 19th, I think it was 3 years later, 1860 something,
C1
whatever.
said he knew when he lived in Mississippi.
He didn't know. He didn't live back then. Who
He
said
said
that?
he knew in Mississippi, C1.
Okay. He knew that it. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
that
talking
was
about
Texas.
right.
Yeah.
We're talking about back in the 1800s. Maybe ancestors knew. A lot of people fled to the north, and once they heard they were free, probably got back to the south faster than they got the telegram down there to let them know they were free. But that did happen a lot. A lot of people came back down there. And we're free, and it wasn't believed until the general or somebody of the army,
Oh,
whatever, got down there
go back,
to give the
go
message.
back
But
to.
anyway, so I was glad to see that
Uh,
Juneteenth is now a federal holiday.
which was signed in, I think, Texas. Let me see. Let me go back to that.
I, what, when the first slaves were
Yeah.
freed?
No, let me go.
I think it's
I'll find it.
1865 or something like that.
Yeah, please. Somewhere around in there.
Look, my dad was born in 1919. He still lived. His parents' grandmother lived on the plantation. His grandmother, grandmother or great grandmother was raped by Peterkin, who owned the plantation. That's how white seeped into our family because. But that was like a love story. Remember who was that? That Thomas Jefferson was in love with his slave. He had kids by his slave.
Uh huh.
Yup. Quiet that's kept, but it wasn't kept that quiet. So this so-called Peterkin guy, sweet, pay attention to local chat if
Oh,
anybody's talking, because I can't see it.
I know. Hold up, just a minute.
And this was supposed to be like a love thing with the Peterkins that owned the plantation my great great grandmother grew up on. And but it was and there's a book out on her, Scarlett's Sister Mary. That's my great great grandmother. Julia Peterkin wrote the book. It was her grandfather, I think it was, that owned the plantation.
Seabree said he's trying to enlighten you.
Okay. On what?
Texas heard 2 years later, June 19th, my dad and my mother, 1913 and 1915. I'm here.
So it was in
Hello.
the 1900s.
Hey, T. Yes, Seabree. Yeah, he said, I'm trying
All
to
right,
enlighten you.
that's yeah.
What
You
you
gotta
say?
Google that. Google that and find out when when was June 19th? What year was Juneteenth? What year was Juneteenth? And that should tell us, exactly
Oh, I
when.
got some questionnaires for y'all today.
So
Oh,
anyway,
come
that's a
on.
good thing. So reparations should follow. They're saying that California, if you're in California, you might get reparations because there's a lot of people there that can trace their family tree back to slavery. We did ours, so everybody needs to get um, your ancestry straight. Where you're like, there was a book written by my great great grandmother that helped. My dad was, uh, he was adamant about finding out his ancestors. So he wrote a book. I have that. Get ready to publish it for him because he passed away. My brother also traced us all the way back to Africa. So, and know exactly when our ancestors came here. My mom's side, Native American. straight up. Her grandfather, my great grandfather, lived. Actually, my grandfather on my mother's side lived on an Indian reservation in South Carolina. So it's important to trace back your family tree. You never know. You might have a gold mine out there somewhere. So, any questions in local? Good shout out to everyone that's here. We light. It's summer. This happens every summer. Cause look, I'm getting ready to go fishing on weekends, getting ready to go camping. So y'all might not see me here till it start getting cold outside. Nothing else in local, sweet?
No, let's see. Not that I see. You sure give a half blind person to read something in local.
Who was good at that? Sean when he was here. I see C1's here. I'm taking the camera around the room to get a shot of everybody so they'll see
Let me see. Let me tell you. Okay.
see Evelyn.
Okay.
Kasia, what's up? She's a red cloud right now.
Wait, hold up. Jackie said 1492. Seabree said the Texans heard about it. Jackie, she laughs. Okay, C1 said 2 years later. And then after the emancipation.
Isn't that the actual slave freedom thing? The I can never say that word.
Emancipation.
Proclamation of the whatever.
2 years
Emancipation of the
later.
proclamation, whatever. Yeah. Happened.
Emancipation after the. Uh, if I see it, I can see it. I can't think of the other word. Um, and Jack says, I guess somebody's doing her doctrine for back in the days.
Yeah, it's important. Sweet, you too. Follow
You
your
too? Who?
roots.
What?
Your
I don't give a
roots.
damn. I don't give a damn about no roots. I am not going all the way back trying to find something that I don't know whom or nothing about.
You don't
I'm
have any
65 years
idea
old.
where your
No,
mother's from.
no. Yeah, she from Gonzales. I don't know where her mama from. I guess she from Gonzales too.
Texas.
Texas. Y'all. Like, I got
I'm really serious. I think you're Mexican.
who?
You.
I'm not Mexican.
Every time I talk to Sweet Cocoa Butter when she's cooking, it's some kind of Mexican dish.
I love Mexican dishes.
Right, because you like what? About 10 miles from the border?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Approximately 2 hours. Hell, you don't call me when I'm making steak and potatoes. You didn't call me today when I was making chicken fried
steak and mashed
potatoes
potatoes, I heard.
and green peas.
Oh, you're going to be farting later. Keep my distance.
I don't care about no fun. I know it's good. I made enough where I can get me 3 plates.
Okay, so we're going to move on because our show's only an hour and a half now. And because it's always running over, so we figure we stop at an hour and a half. If we still into a heavy conversation, then we'll carry
That's a
on.
bull.
Now, Sweet, you
The
can
police
introduce that
department.
story there. You the one told me about it, right?
Well, I had forgot about it. C1 wants to talk. Can I talk? Oh,
Yes,
sure.
click the
Okay,
board.
Seabree.
Sure.
Click the board and you can sit there with you. Put your mic on.
Let me hit people. I could zoom better that way because they're not going to
No,
stand.
go ahead. We'll wait to hear what you have to say.
Testing one,
Yeah,
testing
you're
one,
there.
2, 3. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, let's talk about something here. Everybody is talking about Juneteenth.
Okay.
When
Okay.
I grew up, okay, in Mississippi, I knew about May Day, which we celebrated in schools. We had to wear white shirts and black pants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was back in the 50s. I'm telling my age also, but that's okay. I'm
That's
blessed.
okay. That's right. You know.
Yeah, I know I'm blessed.
All right. Hell, I'm
And but Juneteenth, I never heard of it until what, about 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And that is because Texans brought it into the legislation. Well, wait a minute. They heard about it 2 years after emancipation. The slaves was freed. Okay? We heard about it in Mississippi May 8th of the year. The slaves were saved. So we celebrated at the church. There were no federal holidays. There were no local holidays. But the black people celebrated it at the churches.
Wow. But
They
not
beat
on
drums. They had fish fries on the church ground.
But was it on Juneteenth, June 19th? Or your
No, it was
holiday?
on May the 8th.
See, because everybody.
I'm
got to
telling
do
you,
separately.
this is, listen to me. Texas heard about it 2 years later, the slaves down there.
So you're saying you heard it 2 years before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
My
varies.
mother and them used to, my grandmother.
Yeah, not only does it vary, it's because somebody in Texas brought it forth, they made it a holiday.
But on June,
But they were 2 years late.
Yeah, but is it the holiday Juneteenth that celebrates the real date? Slaves were free?
No.
It can't be. They never
All I'm
celebrate
selling,
that.
would you understand? I'm telling you, no.
Right.
that's not the real date.
That's the date the man gave us.
Is that
Give me?
Independence Day?
And that's the date they're going to make just like they did Martin Luther King and everybody else.
Right, made it up.
Okay? That's not the real date.
So you're saying
I don't know. I never seen the date.
right?
As a matter of fact, if you look at the date that the emancipation was signed versus when they let
1860.
people know,
Right.
You
It's
see what I'm saying?
about a 3-year span before it reached.
but as a
the South.
date, as a known fact, Texas slaves didn't know about it until 2 years later.
Right,
Okay.
or 3, I heard some places.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, it wasn't a date. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
So
yeah,
just
that's-
understand
that's-
that.
Yeah.
President. When Biden became president, he brought it to life. But far as current time, Obama actually initiated it, but he
think he
concentrated
did.
more.
On
He
healthcare.
concentrated more on the health care. And Biden went forth with the Juneteenth initiative to bring it forth. That's how come when Biden became president, boom, now we have Juneteenth as a federal holiday. But Obama was the first sitting president who actually brought it forth to America far as this should be a federal holiday.
And he was
That's
looking into
all.
reparations too.
Yes. Now, as far as the reparations are concerned, remember when I spoke to you about it? They have a cap on it already at $5 million, and yes, you do have to find out your family's lineage,
Right.
lineage, so that
Ancestry. I guess.
any one person who would be representing your family as a whole, everybody in your family would be representing you, but that's not saying that your family will only get $5 million. No, that from what I heard from that news report when I first brought it to you, Tess, was every person that is in that family
Right.
per person would be entitled to that $5 million, because back in history they always told us, was it 400 and a mule?
Yeah, 40
Remember
acres
that?
and a mule,
40 acres,
and a
yeah,
mule.
40 acres in a
And
mule.
that was
So
promised. I'll take that.
yeah,
Shoot.
I bet you know, but they took it and brought it current to see what that would be worth, and that's where they came with the cap, which is not in stone. It can go higher. Okay, they said it wouldn't go lower, and I heard this on CNN. It would not go lower. It would go higher because the cost of living today has changed
Yeah.
so dramatically.
I'll be happy with
So-
my 40 acres and the mule.
The 40 acres in the mule,
And the mule.
you
That's
know,
right.
maybe 2 million. I'd be happy.
Right. I mean, or either allow our kids to go to college, pay for their college.
Exactly.
Or
Do something. You know, don't let it, the way it is currently. Your child is already born into debt.
Right.
Okay, take that away and give me my freaking 40 acres. I'll be
you
good to go.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
And the mule. Don't forget the mule
And the
test.
mule, because somebody got to do that daggone farm.
Go into our ancestry and get our money. Period. It's that simple. And now we have this next story. Sweet brought this to my attention. It's crazy. And they're gonna apologize. Where was this again, Sweet? The
I
state
don't know.
of. Let me see if I can
You
zoom
have to
in
read
on
it.
it. I'm gonna zoom in on it down here. See
Uh,
it on camera too. Um,
let me see.
a police department, Georgia,
Oh
figures
shoot, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was in thieves and what is it? Thieves and
whatever, black
it's, you know, uh, what
nastiness,
they
whatever.
was he was real nasty about it. And the black man said, "Sir, I'm sorry, but this is our home." He said, "Y'all can't afford this home over here," like that. So he kept badgering and badgering them about leaving, and that man said he wasn't gonna leave because he was checking us out. So the black man said, "Well, let's just call the police." He said, "I already called the police." So by that time, the police arrived. Instead of the police asking them what are they doing here, they handcuffed him and the wife. And the black man was trying to explain to the white police. He said, "This is our home. We come to check it." So by that time, the contractor who was working on their home came up and they asked the contractor, he said, "Is this their home?" He said, "Yes, sir, this is their home. We're building their home here." And so, and the white man, he said, "What?" He's like, "They can't afford this home and stuff over here. We don't want no black, people living there." So, after all explained, they got the handcuffs taken out. So the black people decided to leave. So when they was leaving off, the white man said, "Fuck you."
Um, I just wanted to say I'm at the point where we should dish out what they dishing. You come on my property, I'm shooting you. No questions asked. No answers given. Go ahead,
Okay.
call the
Yeah,
cops.
but they will get away
Because
with
I'm
it,
at.
not us.
Yeah, they gonna get away with it, but I feel like at this point, if I'm gonna buy a house, I'm gonna live wherever the fuck I wanna live at. I'm gonna do what I wanna do with my money. America, to me, is the only country that deals with credit. If you took away the credit, then what the fuck do they really have?
Nothing.
Can they really dig in their pocket and say, here's a 1,500 that I have to buy this house? No, you depend on credit. If you took away credit, they can't sit there and say, oh, well, I have 15. Well, of course, you're white. You are, to me, babied. There's nothing special about you. The country was made so that you could live a life off of other people's sweat, blood, and tears. You didn't make shit. Only thing you made was sex, drugs, alcohol, and diseases. You didn't create nothing positive. And you still continue to make nothing positive. I feel like y'all all need to go back to the Europe where you got your ancestors were kicked out of. Go the fuck back home.
Yeah, but we're from
You know,
Africa
honestly,
too.
go home.
I would love to go home. We're not. We don't belong here either. Well, we're here now. We were forced to come here as slaves back in the day, but
Let me mute my mic.
we need our way with it. They are getting away with
Okay.
that. Who's on the board?
Okay, Jackie.
Okay.
Jackie is on the board.
Yes, hi. I'm sorry. I was eating pork rinds. Um,
Oh Lord, those are good.
I love these
Yeah, they
things, girl.
good.
Don't judge me.
Nice.
um, well, as I can see, I'm 56 years old. Okay, I'm blessed. I've never seen racism far as it being shown to me, my person. I've never felt that I was being someone of lesser color being racist towards me. So when I hear people with their opinions as far as racism is concerned, I feel like this: until everyone as a whole, meaning every human being on this blessed planet, take off their eyeball bullshit coding. Excuse my French. Because when you're born, you don't know racism. You're not you don't even know color.
Exactly. All of it's
Racism is
taught.
taught. You're not born racist. It is taught. I'll get back on that subject again. My time.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
yeah. We asked that everyone close their mic until they have the attention.
Okay.
Somebody want to
Yeah, yeah,
talk.
yeah.
I was up before and
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
got
Go
Oh,
kicked.
ahead.
yes,
Go.
Well, I
sweet.
gave it up.
Can you
I
pay
gave it up.
attention
But
to the floor?
listen. Jackie just said a good thing. And I'm going to leave it like this. You see that thing in the background of the white man shooting a gun at the black person?
Yeah, that's what we're getting ready to
You
get
heard
to now.
Sweet say about the person living next door to somebody. You heard about the lady that walked in the door, walked up to the door,
We
a
got
closed
shot.
door, to talk about her kids. The lady shot her through the door.
Yep. Another
You
black
heard about the
lady.
guy, the young 16-year-old,
Exactly.
going to check on his brothers, went to the wrong house, got shot through the door. What we got to understand, and it's like Jackie said, this is being taught. This is nothing we can do nothing about until it started home and not with us. They got to understand that we are humans just like they are.
Exactly. And when is
But they are
that?
not taught that, so they never will. Some are, I'm not saying everybody, but the most of them are not. They are being raised that we are slaves still, inhuman. I was in the Vietnam War, right? And it was no different over there.
What, towards
And I was a young man. I think I was about 18 years old.
you mean towards black over in Vietnam?
Oh yeah. I was over there when Martin Luther King got killed. And it was a race riot in a war zone, okay? See, a lot of people don't know this. There's a lot we don't know, but there's a lot we should know and understand what the root of everything is. And the root of everything is that kids are being trained at home, at the kitchen table, in togetherness. When we get those two things together, we'll go far. All right, the reason I say economics is because we can move to a neighborhood. We can get in positions. And if they pull the money away from under us, guess what's happening? The whole area goes down. If they pull the money out, the people next door leave, the people move in, they don't have the money. All right? If you get in charge as a mayor of a city, companies pull out the city. We don't have no economic base to support it. So what happened? Services go down. Garbage pickup, police service,
Yep.
all that. We have to understand that before we just jump and run. We have to make a plan. Okay, if I move this way, which way they gonna move? It's all about
But
that.
we gotta be together too. Are we together?
Well, I'm saying, I said that up front. You got to understand economics and togetherness. What other community, everybody else move in and make money, but your brother can't even open snow and make a dime? What other community is that?
Right. You can't get the
Huh?
loan, so the bank's not loaning you money.
Well, not only that, even if you got the loan, they won't patronize you for whatever reason.
They will let foreigners get a loan and open up a business here in the United States, but they won't let their own people do
Well,
it.
they'll let you open up a business
But
to
I
fail.
think foreigners, like especially people from Mexico, they come up here and they'll pick shit up off the floor to make money, and they'll save their money, get their own, because the bank's really not gonna loan them money.
This is what you have to understand. They got programs for immigrants that the people living here don't have. Okay?
That's true.
As a jump start. As a jump start. I don't care whether you're Mexican, European or whatever. They got programs, jumpstart programs that we never had.
That they had stuff for us. What is that called when like colleges they have to accept a certain amount of blacks?
No, they gonna
Not like
Supreme Court is
they're
gonna.
gonna reverse that. They're trying to reverse
I
it.
don't know whether they're gonna reverse it, but it's up against the Supreme Court.
Yeah, right.
I forgot.
What is it called?
It's
What is it
called.
called? Anybody know? Where they have to keep a certain quota of like you apply for certain college.
I know it's up. It's coming up. It'll be up Tuesday, I think, of this week, of the coming week,
Right.
in the Supreme Court. I want. It's on the tip of my tongue,
No,
but
me
hey,
too. God.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Anybody know what it's
Affirmative
called?
act.
Shit,
And it'll almost be what I'm so scared they're gonna do. They did Roe and Wade, right? Roe Wade.
They reversed
That was for the women. They overturned that. Now if they go back and overturn, which they haven't so far, 1965 Voters Act. Although we don't vote, we complain we don't vote. But I just hope they don't
Right.
overturn that. All right, but no, the affirmative action is coming up pretty soon. Next week, I think.
I'm very curious what the Supreme Court's going to do on that one because we're
Oh, well.
still not getting what we deserve. Our kids still are not getting accepted into colleges. Well, they're
Well-
trying to follow it now. They are. But if that goes away, what's going to happen?
Well, the thing is this, okay, there's a grassroots going along now in the Republican Party, whether you all are aware of it or not. Well, they changing the whole educational system
They are.
at the root. At the root.
No.
Listen to me. At the beginning. In other words, they're at the local schools throwing out books. They're at the local school,
Throwing them away.
all right,
But they're not taking
saying
out
we don't want
Confederate-
affirmative action. They at the local school saying you can't.
Yeah, but they're not
So
saying
we
they're not
got to
taking the
understand what's going on.
but they're not taking the Confederate books out. We still got to learn about that. You know, they don't want their kids
I
to
can't
learn
speak
about
on that because
slavery.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna still keep. I'm quite sure they will.
Yeah, they are, because that's their history.
You know, they and when I was growing up, they didn't talk about Eli Whitney. Okay,
Jackie's on the board.
sorry, Jackie.
That's okay.
I'm
She
out.
just got up there.
All right.
That's okay. Keep this short and sweet. Far as what's on the board, I think that's a disgrace.
It is.
Okay, I am incredibly offended by that. And the only reason why they're saying they're gonna apologize, like we're supposed to suck that up and just forget we ever seen that. But that, if every person right now who has a male son took and copied that
my
and saved
God.
that, if something, God forbid, something happened to their child, they could submit that as evidence
You know what?
for
that's
racial
a
profiling.
That's a good thought.
That's what I would do. I would make a copy of that from that newspaper or wherever that story was and submit that as evidence for racial profiling.
Yeah.
That's why they think, oh, they can get away
Most
with
of
it.
the times, they just have a black, like a figure, like a
It's just a figure.
shape, a figure, right? No face,
Yeah,
no
but
nothing
that's
on it.
straight up racist profiling crap. That's a disgrace.
Oh, Pinto.
I guess not. Okay.
Well,
I
welcome
just
in everybody that has dropped down here. My back is turned to the audience, so I can't really see, but I just turned around. So, welcome to all whom just dropped down here on Real Talk Uncut.
And we're covering the story about in Georgia where at a shooting range at a police academy have a black man up there as a picture as the target. And I don't think that is, but they get
Is that
away
new?
with it. Yeah.
We've been targets that are always black. Targets are always black.
It's a-
Policemen do a black target.
It's not a black person, Mon Diego. It's a black drawing. It's not that you can say that too, but it's not a person, a black person. You see it up there on the board? They put a black man up there and using him as
Oh
target
damn, that's
practice.
my Uncle Ned.
Here he comes.
What the fuck? That nigga.
No, because when Praggett talk, if even look, I look at and I know y'all gonna make fun of me. I don't care. But on that Walker, Texas Ranger, when they add a shooting range, you don't see black folks. You see all kind of people on that shooting range. Old folks, young folks, and you see some black folks. You see white for all. You see all different kind of people. You know, some got guns, some don't have
But
guns.
what frame of
So it's
mind made them put a black man there?
Because we in
bigot,
America.
bigot.
We live in
That's what I
America.
say.
That shouldn't be nothing surprising.
So do you
Can I
think
come up now?
yes. Do you think that person that's
Can I?
shooting there
Somebody wants to come up
welcomes
to the
that
podium.
target? I mean, is it making them feel angry enough to say
Think
this? Are
so.
they being told that they have to fear the black man?
Wait a minute, Tish. People,
Well, how
the
you
man
gonna?
up there
Okay,
with a
you
hat on,
saying it could have been a
hoodie,
white?
not a hoodie, but a skull cap. He's black, isn't he? That's not a silhouette.
Right, but the point
Kayvon
is
Martin.
white
Wait a minute. Kayvon Martin,
black target.
right? Well, the guy was he was a Mexican or a Spanish guy that took him down, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
I think he was. I thought he was just white. I
Yeah.
didn't know he was
So
Mexican.
what I'm saying is that if you're white, you're all right. If you're black, get back. Okay? Understand that.
It makes
Can
a
I
lot of
ask a
sense.
question?
It makes a lot
Can
of
I
sense.
ask?
Okay, the silhouette was a
And
black
that's
with a white background. We all know that at all shooting ranges, that's what it is. It could be
it is.
subliminal seduction in your mind, black.
It
Okay,
is.
okay,
In all shooting ranges, that's what it is.
But
And it
don't they
has
have a
been.
right to? Don't these white men have a right to put up black people to shoot at? That's their
no,
right, right?
no.
In
Who is
America,
that?
that's their right.
You think
That's
it's
their
their
right to do
right
that.
to put up
Mm-hmm.
a black
It's my right.
man
It's my right to put up white people
at a
for a target.
police academy shooting range?
Yeah.
That the
Come on,
police
man.
represents
You
everybody,
know.
not just white.
Wait a minute, Tish.
It's not
Wait a
right.
minute, Tish. Wait a minute.
Are
Wait a
these
minute.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
that's their right.
Oh Lord.
Unless black people go and do something, that's their right.
All right, I don't think so. They don't have the right to do that.
Why not?
Because the police department represents everybody, not just white people.
Not in
Well,
America.
yes, in America it should be.
Not. It should be,
And
but
look
in
where it
this
happened. It
country,
happened in Georgia. That won't happen in New York or the
Never happened
northern
in
this
states.
country,
what happened in New York. It has happened in New York.
Not a black man as a target.
No, hey, the guy that got choked in New York, he wasn't a black man, but he was a man of color.
Well, I'm strictly talking
The Marine choked him to death.
I'm
He
strictly
had a right to think that he could do that and get away with it.
right. George Floyd. Yes, all of
Well,
that.
no, I ain't talking about George Floyd. I'm talking
The
about
guy
recently,
was selling. Oh, recent. I thought you were talking about the guy.
recent in the subway in New York.
Right, he choked him, but he got charged. He's in jail.
And he wasn't even a policeman. He wasn't even a
And
policeman.
he got
and
sentenced.
they raised over $1.5 million for his defense
And he
already.
still got sentenced.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
over.
still,
He's going
I'm
to
just
jail.
saying.
that says a lot.
I understand what my man's saying. It's America, but we are here. And we have to understand if we want to change America, we got to deal with America.
Then we need to do something about that damn police department. I
Well,
mean,
no,
That's what
no,
I'm
no.
saying. The
All-
police department has
Hey, wait a
no
minute.
right to put up a
Right.
black man as a target to do target practice on. Period.
so
got-
why
I
don't we
got to
just
go
put
against you
up
on.
some? Why don't we put up
All
some pictures
police
of
departments
police
are not
and shoot at
bad.
them?
So they
That's
teaching them old
wrong.
people how to shoot black people, men.
That-
Well, black, we've
Wrong.
been a target forever. We've always been targets.
You know what? You keep saying, oh, yes, we have been as a
We
race.
have.
But as far
We
as
have.
the shooting
If
range,
I'm sorry, if I took my gun, wore my gun, I'm in Mississippi, okay? If I walked around with my gun on my hip Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
if you looked at me cockeyed and I
Mm-hmm.
pulled my gun out and shot you, number one, I ain't gonna kill you. I'm gonna shoot you in your. If you male, I'm gonna end that. If you female, I'm not gonna make it where you can no longer have children. I don't play
That's
that.
not. That's not even
Okay,
nice.
but I
That's
don't want
not
to hear that. I don't want to hear
Shh.
that. I'm gonna react the same way you act towards other human beings.
But
I'm
you're gonna
gonna.
go to
I'm
jail.
gonna supposed to be. Oh, you looked at me wrong, so bam and kill you?
y'all used to
No,
march
because I
down
know
there and
I'm gonna
save
be
each other.
more likely to go to jail than your non-colored self.
But y'all used to sing "We Shall Overcome." What happened to all that shit?
Right now, you are
Y'all didn't
like the
fight back.
lowest
Nobody
We
of
fought.
low
still
human.
over.
Let me block
Nobody.
him because
Nobody
Diego.
fought back.
I'm off.
Hold up.
I just asked what happened to "We Shall
We're
Overcome."
still
That's all.
overcoming.
Oh, we used to
How
sing
long
that.
do
We
we
didn't
have to
fight.
overcome? Okay,
No,
that's
I'm
the
just
bottom
saying.
question. How long do
We
we
were
have to overcome?
non-violent back then, but
I'm
you
not for
talking
violence
violence.
100%. Okay, I'm not for violence, and if anything, I am so for the death penalty. You would not believe me.
What?
Okay, yes. Now suck on that egg.
We're twins. I'm for it too.
I'm not.
Hey y'all, can I talk again?
Yes.
Everybody, I hear everybody talking saying it's wrong. Do you understand the state laws? What they got? Stand your ground.
I
You
don't.
understand stand your ground?
Those red
You
states.
understand? You understand? What they call it? Castle doctrine.
No, I
Doctrine.
don't. I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, brother. Here you go. Stand your ground. In Florida, most southern states, and they got the castle doctrine. Most southern states. They might have it in Illinois and some other northern states. But it's saying that if you fear for your life, if you fear, what is fear?
Anything.
Tell me what is fear.
Anything from choking on a piece of rice
No,
to
no, 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 no. What is fear? No, no,
If
I'm not
if
talking
Devon
physical.
tells me to shut
fear
the
is
I'm
fuck up,
talking
that's
fear.
fearful.
fear is
That's a thought.
anything that
That's a
scares
thought.
you, but not
That's a
necessarily would
thought.
scare anybody else.
That's a thought. It's nothing physical. They didn't say if somebody physical attack you. They say if you fear. Fear is a thought.
That's what happened to Trayvon Martin.
Happiness is a thought. They said the law is if you fear for your life, you have the right.
And kill them. That's super cops. Like in
Oh no,
Memphis. You know what happened
no,
in
we don't
Memphis?
need nothing like
That
that.
happened in
That's
Memphis, Tennessee. Those were all black men that murdered that black brother. And then the white dude, they didn't put him in jail immediately. That's in a black city. Memphis. That's where I grew
Sweet, you
up.
want to do some trivia now,
yeah.
or we'll go on with the story? Okay.
I can do some trivia.
That's so
Oh,
weird though. I never heard no shit. They
okay.
just got a black man up there.
Hold on. I thought I had.
Damn.
That police department
Target.
should be brought up for charges.
Yeah,
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
hello.
let's melt
Can I
the
say
ice
one
a
thing
little.
about the
Alright.
brother from Memphis?
Go ahead, sweet. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
Who was that from Memphis? Saying that the five guys beat up the brother.
Diego.
Diego. You know what it was all about, Diego?
That 4 or 5 police officers who were black murdered a black man, beat him up to death. I don't know what it was about, but I mean, it
When
don't
did
take
that
that many
happen?
black men.
Wait.
That just happened within the last few
Hold on.
months.
Let me enlighten you.
Okay,
Okay.
enlighten me now.
We all, when you know, brothers in blue, whether you're black or white, you see us say brothers in blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the guy that they beat up, one of the guys that beat him up, he used to go with his ex-girlfriend.
It's personal.
It was personal. You hear me?
It was about the DICK.
Well, no, it was personal. And the guys that helped him out was brothers in arms, if you understand what I'm saying.
Whatever happened to that case? Did they go down?
Yeah, they going down.
Did it go
Down.
down?
They tried it. Yeah, but I'm
they're
trying to
going to
invite the
jail.
brother.
I mean,
Misinformation
but
is real tough. You see what I'm saying?
No, it ain't no misinformation. Five
Huh?
dudes. If no, here's the information. If that dude was upset about him dicking down his girlfriend, he could have handled that himself.
He
Right.
didn't.
You don't get
Wasn't
four or
man
five.
enough to do
You
that.
know, my
He wasn't
point is
man enough to do
that
that.
you don't go get four or five other law enforcement officers
Right.
You
to
You
don't.
don't
murder him.
normally.
I
You
don't
don't
think that's
normally.
right. So I
No, it's
mean,
You
not
don't
right.
normally.
that's all
And
I'm
they got
saying is
busted.
that ain't no
And I
good
guarantee
reason
you
to
that
me.
trial's gonna be quick and they're going to jail. It's not gonna
Oh
Yeah,
be
yeah. It
strung
should.
out
they
like
Well,
they
George
just
and the
Floyd.
they
well,
deserve to go.
they didn't
They
just beat down a
deserve,
black guy. There was a
they
reason behind it, and the black
they
folks was the reason behind it.
Right.
and they deserve life. You don't
Well,
do
I
that
agree.
to a brother.
They
They
deserve more
deserve
than life
life.
if
Yeah,
they
they
can get it.
deserve life. They will get it
Yeah.
because they black.
If it was
Yeah,
me,
George
probably so.
Floyd, look how long it took that to go to trial. Them cops now
Yeah.
running around with their families, what, 3 years almost? Before
well, George
justice
was
was
white
there?
though, right?
George
But George was
Floyd?
white. I mean, that police officer was white. He wasn't black.
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah. And
saying
all
that
guys
because
around
they
was
That's
were
white.
that's
white.
swift with justice
That
with
still
black
doesn't make a
police
difference
officer.
what color the
These were
daggone
five
officers
black
are.
police officers that beat
It
down
does
the
make
guy
a
Five
that
difference.
officers
made a
for
half a
one man?
from his house.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
That's wrong. I don't care about the officer's color.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I'm messing with your
They're
girlfriend,
upheld by a
that's you and
different
me
type of
handle.
law than we are as citizens. They're not above the law,
Right.
but
And
they
I
I
have a
hate
agree.
it when I
different.
see that. When I see that happen,
Yes,
it
that's why
hurts me.
people do not
That
trust the
brothers,
police
my
now, and that
brothers
to
gotta
me is
get out
messed
there
up.
and act like that. You don't see sisters acting like that. What's wrong
What
with
you
you
talk? Don't
brothers?
be going gender stuff with
You
me.
know what? That's another show.
Well, it's a
Y'all,
true fact. I'm
y'all be,
sorry, it's
y'all
a
be.
true
Oh,
fact.
don't do that. Don't let
Some
nobody.
African American men deserve to be called the N word. I'm sorry.
Because they act
I'm an
like
Huh?
it.
African
Wait a minute.
American
Wait a
woman,
minute. Wait a
but
minute
some
now.
of
Wait a
the
minute.
African American men do deserve to be called the N word because that's exactly what they acting like. They acting like they did not come out of an African American woman. They do not know how to have a good character. They don't have no morals. They don't have no respect for life. So, as an African American mother of four, of which two are sons, thank you, Jesus. Okay, a lot of our African American men out here do act like what the term nigga is
Yeah.
really about.
Okay, sister, I have to agree with you.
Amen. Amen.
I have to
I'm
And
say
I
it.
am Jackie
say it
Clarinet.
loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm a nigga. Capital N.
No, I'm not.
I am.
See, that's
I'm
what I
not.
mean, Mon Diego.
They making some of these brothers
I'm
Label
out
okay
here
with it.
making
yourself.
bad
No, you shouldn't be
others.
I'm
okay
not
with
gonna
it.
name.
I'm
I'm a
okay with
human
it.
being. I'm not a
Comment.
nigga. I'm not black. I'm a
I
human
start
being.
at a human being,
Comment.
then I raise
Oh,
to
okay.
different levels. I got
Yeah.
different layers on me.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I could go on
I
all
don't
day
like
with this
to say
because once we're gonna get into the Green Book after.
It's this guy. His name is General James Button of Columbia. He bought an enslaved couple in 1850 along with their infant son Tom.
What was the name? Buford?
Bu- Bethune. I guess that's
Oh,
a Bethune.
Bethune. Bethune.
Bethune.
I've
Okay.
heard of that name. Go ahead.
Okay. Along with their infant son Tom, whom this quiz is about. What disability did the son have? It's never changed during his life.
Huh?
Well, wait a minute. You talking about the Bethune's son
The son.
had a disability?
Uh
Bethune
huh.
he couldn't read.
No. Well, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let it stay at that. But that's not the answer.
Well, you got to tell us the
I
answer.
know, but what does the disability have to do with
Bethune.
this person?
Hey, hey, Bethune.
Bethune was the one that bought the slave, or that he was the slave?
General James Bethune of Columbia, Georgia,
I've heard that name. That might
brought
be a relative.
bought an enslaved couple in 1850. And with this couple, along with their infant son, Tom, it's a quiz. So what they said, what disability did Tom have? And it's really giving you an answer really. It's never changed during his life.
A disability. He was born free and was a slave because
No,
It
no,
never changed. He couldn't talk.
no,
crippled,
He couldn't walk.
no.
blind,
Blindness.
blind.
He couldn't
Blindness.
see. He couldn't
Right.
read. And
Blindness. Blindness. So I guess whoever this couple was had this child, but they brought the slaves over into the United States, when they came. So the little boy must have been born blind. So that's what it's saying. I told you it's kind of a little trivia there. Okay.
I missed that
Uh,
one over my head.
Bethune. I gotta look that name up because that sounds
well,
like
I can
somebody
put
in our
this.
That's a
Let me put it
ancestry.
sister.
like
My
this. Let me
my
put it like
family's
this.
from Colombia and all that,
That's
and
the sister that had the Bethune Cookman, Mary McLeod
yeah,
Bethune.
that name
Let
sounds
me.
familiar.
Oh,
Well, it say Tom was originally owned by Willie Edward Jones and lived on Jones Plantation in Harris County, Georgia. But while he was still an infant, he and his parents, Charity and Domino Mingo Wiggers, was purchased by Bethune. It may have been there. I cut some of the stuff off. So that was it. I didn't go into the whole detail, but
Okay.
I guess he was born there because you told me not to go. I say, okay, I have another one. When did the first African American woman graduated from nursing school in the United States? I'm sorry. When did the first African American woman graduate from a nursing school in the United States?
I don't even
When
know who
the
was the first
30s.
woman.
I know, really.
Her name was Mary Eliza Mahoney.
What year? 30s,
Yeah,
20s,
what year? No, go back.
Well, I
Y'all
know.
1800s,
know. Yep,
1880
Oh,
something. I don't know.
far off, more close. 1879.
I was gonna say 1879. Okay.
Mary Elizabeth Mahoney. She was born in April of 1645. Oh
she
no,
must have been high yellow to be able to get in school like that. She
I
wasn't
would
one
love to
of
see a picture
my
of her.
color.
What's her name?
Mary Elijah Mahoney.
It could have been in
Must have been one of
Harlem.
those.
Harlem was all,
No, Dorchester, Massachusetts.
up north had to have been.
Dorchester.
Dorchester, Massachusetts,
She
up
was
north. Because that
she was
couldn't have been
supposed
in the south.
because she was the first African American professionally trained nurse in 1879. The luckiest thing to happen to Tom in his unlucky enslaved life, as he shall see, as we shall see. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't even read myself.
All right. We gonna send you back there and get your school with, with her.
Okay, here's another one. What was the Greenwood area of Tulsa, Oklahoma, also known as in
The Black Wall
1921?
Street.
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall
Yeah.
Street.
And
Black
those
Wall
and
Street?
I've been there 3 times, and you know what?
I would love to go
Those
there.
black, though it is amazing. They still have
Is it still
pictures,
thriving?
photos.
Wow.
No, the Langston University. They had a university.
Everything.
They had everything there.
Wow.
And guess what?
And they burned it
They
down,
are
right?
still fighting to get
They
reparations.
should get reparations.
They had 2 of the survivors who tried to get an interview with Obama for 8 years, and he wouldn't even interview.
Yeah, I saw that.
It, they've been trying to get reparation for years. They all 8 years of Obama's presidency.
Okay,
they
so
couldn't
stop
even
picking
meet
on
with them.
Obama.
No,
We
I'm
had
not
Trump
picking. Hold
since
on a
then,
second.
And we
I'm not.
have Biden. Maybe
I'm
Biden will
not
do
picking.
it.
Hold on a second.
8
Hold
years.
on.
That's the only
I'm
years
not
they've been
picking
fighting.
on him.
They've been
I'm
fighting ever
just
since
saying
it
what they
happened.
said.
No, that's
I'm not
so you
picking on them.
listen.
The
Why,
Okay,
why did you
expectations would have
say
been
it
they
didn't go
would have
through
had.
Clinton? Why
be
not
able to get.
Clinton? Why not Obama? Why not
They
everybody
did.
before
They
him?
did. Actually, they did with Clinton.
okay, I got some more, y'all.
And then
Ready?
again, Biden
No,
did
I
at least got
mean,
us our
don't.
federal
Hey,
holiday
hey,
for
oh.
Eh,
Juneteenth.
eh, eh,
I'm just repeating what they
Cut,
said.
cut,
Y'all
because you
let me
don't
have
All
my
I'm
believe
saying.
everything
turn.
you hear.
I'm just repeating what they said.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Who
repeat
said? Who's
this.
they?
The
Hey,
survivors.
oh, y'all come on.
The survivors. That's
Okay,
what.
15 jockeys rode in the various first Kentucky Derby. How many of the 15 was African American?
15. The winners were all black. The early winners of that were all black men. What specifically one black man? I
Did
can't
you hear
remember
the
his name.
question?
I can't
How
remember his name.
many of the 15 were African
He
American?
said all of
15.
them.
No, sorry.
You're
Okay,
not sorry.
10,
I need a number. Somebody give me a
10.
number. No, not 10.
One.
13.
Oh,
13.
I was off by 2.
Right, yeah, that was almost all of them.
But it
Because it
wasn't.
bad.
wasn't black, it was black cowboys.
But the earliest winners, they used to use black, like they use monkeys on things. They used to use small black men in those races in the Kentucky Derby,
And we're winning.
and they were winning. They're the
Exactly.
most winningest one is still to this day is a black man. I can't remember his name, but it's a black man that's the most winningest of Kentucky Derbies. They would say, "Nigga,"
Okay.
All right,
of
sweet.
course.
So far, you got us going.
Oh, I know. Billie Holiday, also
Mm-mm-mm.
known as
Lady sing the
Lady
blues.
Day, was one of the greatest jazz musicians of the 20th century. She is best known for her song God Bless the Child and also Strange Fruit.
Strange fruit.
Mm-hmm.
What was this strange fruit a metaphor for?
Black people being hung, lynched. When she was driving through the South,
I seen
she
that.
saw all these fat bodies
Man, that's
hanging
something. It's pissed me off.
from trees.
And she was in a bus full of white people. Okay.
Wow. Go ahead, Mon Diego. You know a little bit of something, huh?
Well, my
In
mom
what
and them used to
year?
listen to those people. And so,
Go
In
ahead,
what
sweet.
year? Okay. In what year was the Black Panther Party founded?
was it
1950
19?
something.
No, it
Mm-mm.
wasn't in the 50s. It was
40s.
in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember
61.
why because my cousin was murdered. My my
It's one of
cousin
my
was
brother's birthday.
We don't
my
know your
cousin.
brother.
My, cou-
He passed away.
was it 67,
No, not that
66?
late. I think it was 61,
Uh,
62.
No, Mandingo got it.
yeah, it was then because I lived on
It was
53rd in
right
Oakland.
after. It was 2 years after
So it was after Malcolm
Kennedy got
X?
shot.
Go look up Mark Clark and Fred Hampton. My cousin is Mark
So
Clark
it was after
out of
Malcolm
Peoria,
X and all that.
Illinois.
Yeah, no, it
No,
was 1966. He won.
it was during
1961.
all that time, but I mean, yeah.
They
Okay,
were around
now,
the same time, yeah.
now, which two members co-founded the Black Panther Party?
Bobby Seale,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one, yeah.
and
I don't
guess
know
who
the
the other
other
brother
one.
is?
Oh
I'm gonna
my
let somebody
gosh.
else guess that
No,
dude.
Bobby Seale. Who else? Oh my gosh.
Y'all know who it is. Y'all
Hold
gotta
on,
Yeah.
know
wait a minute,
because
wait a
he's the
minute.
one.
That's the one. Not Angela Davis. No, she was just
No,
one.
Angela Davis is still alive. She's a badass woman.
She is bad.
Huey
Huey P.
No,
Newton.
don't say it. I was
Huey
hoping
P.
somebody would say it.
Newton. Huey P. Newton. Oh my gosh.
I
What's the name?
still, believe it or not, my mother kept the original Black Panther Party newspapers. I still have, and my brothers and sisters still have copies of some of the original ones.
Wow, that's worth money.
We were like, yeah. I mean, we still have some of the copies. My cousin was Mark Clark.
All right.
I
What
didn't
else
even
you
know
got,
it till then.
sweet?
Okay. The
What
first
happened in
Jim
Chicago? Fred Hampton was murdered. Mark Clark.
the first Jim Crow law segregated train passengers. Where was it passed?
Jim Crow,
Cincinnati,
In what state was it passed? It
Ohio.
didn't say that.
Ohio.
No.
No,
Uh-oh.
That was had they had one of the worst Jim Crow laws in Ohio.
It
Illinois?
said no. Where was
Is
it
it
passed?
Texas? Oh, where was it passed?
Uh-huh.
Washington D.C.
Yeah, really.
Oh, no, no, no,
Maryland,
no,
North Carolina,
no,
Virginia. Virginia's
no,
another. Texas, where you at? Lord have
no.
mercy.
I started to get that one, but no, I didn't because we already had that one.
Um,
Well, it wasn't Mississippi or
Tennessee,
Georgia because they were on
Right, right,
horsebacks.
right, right. Tennessee.
Tennessee. That's another state.
Hey, while y'all talking about that, y'all gotta support my sister. Her name is Dr. Tanya Matthews, right?
We
There's a
don't know
new
the
museum
name.
that opened up. It's called the International African American Museum
Where?
in South South Carolina, Charleston.
Okay,
It
we going
just
down to South Carolina.
you gotta go there.
North
Name is
Carolina, Charleston, North Carolina, man.
Oh, North Carolina.
the South and the International African American Museum. You gotta go check it out.
But is it
Yes, but
Charleston,
he's in
North
Charleston,
Carolina?
North Carolina.
It's in Charleston.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
You gotta go
That's where
check
they
it
had the
out.
slave market at.
Right, right.
Right on the
So it's
blue
North
right
Carolina, not South.
there. Yeah.
Well, I got to go through North Carolina.
There's a Columbia, South Carolina, but this is Charleston, North Carolina.
Right, and there's
I
a
thought it was
Charleston,
Charleston.
South Carolina too.
Oh, there is a shot? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is Charleston,
No,
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina is Charlotte, North Carolina.
No,
Charleston.
Charlotte is a city.
Charlotte, North Carolina, right? Is it
No, Charleston,
and South
South
Carolina?
Carolina. I'm
Here's
saying
where-
South Carolina.
Here's where y'all need to go. I said it the first time. I'm gonna repeat it again.
Okay.
Here's where the address is. I
Charleston
said
is
it
in
right the
South
first
Carolina.
time.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Right.
Got you.
That's
Gotcha.
and so the woman the woman that's the CEO there. I used to work with her at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center
I'm gonna
in
go.
Cincinnati,
I'm gonna go 'cause we
Ohio.
going down.
Okay, well, you know she was on television today?
She's on television and everything else. A little fine.
No, I'm saying this. They was advertising the opening of this today.
Yeah, I know. It's about.
Oh, okay. All right.
She never got married. I don't
All right,
understand
sweet.
that.
You got
though.
anything else?
She's a nice looking lady too.
She's a badass.
Okay.
Well, you bringing the subject up. Go ahead. Next.
Yeah, but that could have been done after the show. Okay, what year did I don't want to hear nothing else out of Mondego right now. Nothing.
Okay, I'll shut the hell up.
In what year did the Music Grammy Award television broadcast? Oh man, African American Grammy Award ceremony host, as she hosted the 47th Grammy Awards on
I
the
remember
live
that.
television.
She was hot too, boy. In that. I
Staples
mean,
Center
she's
in-
really a good actress, personality. Everything's good about her.
Yeah, I like her and Jada Pinkett and what's her name them and that and what was that movie that
We're
they
not,
did?
we're not
Oh,
going to
that-
set it off. Y'all
set
come
it
on.
off,
So let's
yeah.
go to the next one.
I love that one. That was a badass
All right, go ahead,
movie.
sweet, because
set
we're
for-
running out of time.
I know. In the time of the riot, the Ku Klux Klan was active in Tulsa area. The KK enjoyed positive publicity from a movie that played all over the United States. What was that movie?
Time to Kill.
What was that? What would you say? Repeat that.
At the time of the riots, the Ku Klux Klan was active in the Tulsa area. Don't be googling it.
Sweet, read it. Go ahead.
We just tried to.
KKK.
This is educational.
I know. Enjoyed positive publicity from a movie that played all over the United States. What was the movie answer?
Was that the one
What was the movie?
dealing with Nat Turner?
To Kill a Mockingbird?
No, that's not with Nat Turner.
A Time to Kill.
No.
Friday?
No. Birth
The
of a
movie
Nation. Birth
Oh,
of
Oh,
a
but
Nation.
I never
I
heard of
skipped
that.
work. I left work to go watch that movie.
Never
I
Birth.
saw
skipped
it.
work. That was a
Yeah.
badass movie, but that's why I was saying Nat Turner. Nat Turner.
Oh. Oh, it might
That's
be
what
that
birthed.
now.
I saw both of them. The one that was silent, that America loves, for that movie last 3 hours, in the back, the one that represented Nat Turner. I wish we can get some Nat Turners up in here and go kill some people.
You know what?
Okay,
Go ahead,
let me
sweet.
read let me read why. Birth of a Nation, released in 1915, portrayed members of the KKK as righteous avengers. In this movie, KKK members pursued and lynched a black man, Gus, who had attacked a white woman named Little Sister. Sound like a black sister to me. The movie was very popular and helped to increase the members of the KKK.
Oh,
Even the
I gotta
president of
watch
the
that. I
United
never saw
States
that.
at that time, the president of the United States and the government was watching that movie. It was that popular. They were showing it in the that's what America is born on. The president was watching that.
That's
Okay.
all I have for you.
They
Maybe they wanted to.
popularized.
Maybe want to learn something about that and then use it
I
against
watched
them.
it. It was, I mean, it's a silent movie. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, it's a silent movie.
It's totally silent, but I mean, it's powerful. I'm gonna go check that one out. I mean, I looked at both of them. The
Oh,
silent
Cover
money, money.
something right here about it, and you
niggas.
took it to the deep end.
Well, I don't care about them niggas dying down there. We got more problems on Earth. Black people. They're all white
Yeah.
men. They no niggas getting no. We ain't getting no damn submarine going $10,000 feet to look at some
We ain't
dead
getting off the
people.
beach, man. Hear me?
Y'all
We
can't
ain't
even
getting off the beach.
swim, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, we get in the shower. We get in the shower. We'll swim with you.
Yeah, nah.
All right, but listen, the point I'm trying to make is that they stretched that out for 4 days. When those people died, an hour and a half at the beginning when they started submerging
Oh
down,
yeah,
they
was looking for him.
imploded.
They was looking for him.
It was more
Somebody
recovery.
got to make some money.
Right, but the thing is, man, everybody had their hopes up. Everybody said, "Oh, they had so much oxygen left."
Not me.
And,
I was hoping
Santiago,
them niggas
can
died the first day.
can I address what's on the board, please?
Yeah. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up.
And I was asking, why did the whole world, this story, everybody was into it for almost 5 days, and the fact that everyone was hoping that they were still alive. And the Navy heard the implosion an hour and a half. But the reason why they're saying they did not mention it was because they could not really pinpoint if that was the real implosion of that submarine or something else. So they had to go on a rescue mission. But anyway, they ended up today, I just heard they did pull up some parts and this, that, and the other. But this is how the rich people enjoy their life. They're racing to get to the moon. They're racing to get to the center of the earth. And I believe this is the question I want to throw out, man, because I think the Titanic area is a holy ground. It's these 1,500 people died there. Leave it alone. Let it rest in peace. And I'm wondering. No, I'm not going to say this, but that submarine went up and down, up and down, up and down about 4 or 5 times before that. Nothing happened to it until these people were on board.
13 to be exact.
Yeah.
13.
But this time people are on board, go down, what happens?
The 14th time. Yep.
It implodes. So
It imploded.
leave it alone. It's
Well, the thing is,
What-
Tish,
what-
I don't mean to cut you off,
Go ahead.
but Tish, explorers are explorers,
yeah.
Explore.
America was founded because of exploration. The West was founded because of exploration.
And
So you're gonna have explorers, and
Right.
you're gonna have people with money that want to explore. But what I don't understand is you explore with a guy that's gonna use a game thing to control a
I know.
sub
PlayStation 5
20 miles down in the
controllers.
city.
They
That don't make
Well,
no.
right. All the
he had
parts they
backup. He
bought.
had, it
That don't
wasn't
make no
just
sense to
one.
me.
He had two other backups. There were backups.
No, I'm
you
talking
know,
about the
the
controller
technology.
that control the movement
I
of the
know,
cell.
but the thing imploded. It didn't have nothing to
Yeah,
do
I
with the
understand that
controller.
because of the
No, and
material.
plus he used material that wasn't verified yet to really
They
sustain that pressure down
Yeah,
there.
but that's the American. That's the human, not the American.
No,
That's
this
the human
wasn't.
spirit.
No, they needed.
People sacrifice. What did they say about the Titanic? It'll never fucking sink. This ship is unsinkable. Won't sink. Can't sink it. What the hell the Lord said?
No, it ran into an iceberg. They ignored the iceberg.
Well, I mean, my point is that the whole human experience is about exploring and stuff.
Yes, we
And,
do.
and in the meantime, some people got to sacrifice it because he was afraid, but he had to overcome.
Well, why
that.
didn't you start him off in a pool?
Yeah, right.
He did. He did
Why you
get in
start him
the
off in
pool,
the Atlantic?
but pools are for wimps.
Okay.
All right. Back in the day, I remember my father and grandfather, they had a green book. I actually went out and bought the book. This green book was for black travelers. If you're traveling in the South, where to stop. Don't run out of gas here, there, or anywhere. I remember we used to go down. We used to go to South Carolina all the time. We were little. All my relatives are down there, all of them. So my dad would drop me and my sister off. We stay down there the whole summer, whatever. But it was certain times when I remember us being young where, like, maybe we got to pee or maybe we want something to drink. And my father was nice and no, he had this book. And he said, no, we can't stop. We have to wait till we get to a certain area where you have the gas up, everything right there. I remember him telling us, if you want anything now, get out and do it now. Go to the bathroom, because we cannot stop until we get to whatever. So I never understood that. And he had this green book. So I bought this book recently. And they have a list of things on there, hotels you can stay at. And the black man wrote this book. And when you go through the book itself, there are misspelled words. They didn't correct none of the words. He's talking about when the car breaks, B-R-E-A-K-S, whatever. And they left it. This is a facsimile of the original. But I want to get my hands on the original one on eBay. They are selling some original ones. But this one came
Put
from
it in the
Amazon.
chat so we can go buy it.
It's in the just look for the green book. That's
I
what it's
can't
called.
read.
Just go to Amazon if you want the facsimile of it. It's only $7 and some change. And
I have to
or
borrow
you
some
can go
money
to
up in here.
eBay and get a real one, not a facsimile. This book was printed in 1938. And then they get updated every year. Places you don't want to stop when you are. It's called the sundown rules. And today
Sundown.
there are still sundown towns. Yes, it is true. Sundown towns still exist even today.
All I came up was the National Sunday Law. I don't see this National Sunday Law when I put that in Amazon.
What the Green Book?
Oh, it's called the Green.
It's
Book.
called the
Put
Green
this-
Books. The Negro. What is it called? The Negro.
But when we drove up north, because we had to go through Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky,
Right. Oh, Lord.
southern Illinois was just as worse as Mississippi.
Exactly.
And he had a Pepsi Cola bottle for the boys.
To pee in.
For the men's, he was the only man in the car, and he had two boys with him, and my mother and my sister. Well, the ladies he would let go on the side of the road,
That's right.
but the only thing he would do at a filling station is get some gas.
That's it. I guarantee you, he probably knew.
We didn't stop to eat. We had a Buster Brown shoebox full of fried chicken.
That's right. You didn't stop.
We didn't stop,
Just
only for
not-
gas,
Only for gas. And I think
and that's it.
He knew where to stop.
And didn't nobody ask no questions either.
Right. He knew where to stop. So even today, be careful when you travel because it's still.
I'm gonna cut it loose. Yeah, You know why all the gun laws and all things was left so lax and easy? The gun laws where you don't need license to get gun laws and you don't need this to get gun laws. To get a gun, to own a gun.
Wrong.
That was for us to kill each other.
What? What? We were already killing each other.
No, well, we weren't using guns. We was using knives and all that other stuff.
Well, what
now,
year
the young
you
brothers
talking
got
about?
guns,
Well, they
and
were
they
doing
don't
that
care
for-
about shooting nobody.
That was going on in the 1990s.
What, the guns?
Yeah.
No, man. You couldn't own a gun back then. They just
Knives and fist fights.
It's just more of it now. That's all.
I'm saying, listen to me.
When you say that there's
The
more,
right
it
to
happened
carry
before, but there's
and
more of it.
to get a gun without whatever you have to go through permit.
To bear arms.
Most states you can get a gun now if you're 18 years old
Yeah. Without a permit. Without
without a
having to
permit.
fight- with just
Before
walking
you
in
had
and
to have a
buying.
permit.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point, you did have to have a permit.
That's
You
making
had to
it
have a
easier.
permit. to
That
own
makes
a
it.
gun.
But don't that just make it easier? Hey, white people, black people ain't
They're
got
not
no.
shooting each other on the street.
White people are killing each other more than black people.
No,
That's all they hear
mass.
about.
Yeah, mass. But I'm talking about daily.
Daily, white people
Daily.
are killing each other
If you go to the
more.
right neighborhood daily, how many shootings you get?
If I didn't tell you about Washington State, you never would have heard about that shit. But you did hear about Chicago. You never heard
Well,
about
Chicago
Washington
got a
State.
bad rep.
Well, no news about it, but Chicago did.
Talking about Seattle?
Why? Because
What are you
of
talking about, Seattle?
Washington, the state of Washington, whatever that city is up in there, they had a mass shooting up in there that did not make the damn news. These are white
Right,
folk.
And then you have some people from there saying that's the safest state because they have open guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are just white folk. They not. They're
Washington
not
State. You
telling
must
you
be
to-
talking about Seattle area,
It's just
right?
like they
Right,
put
yeah,
in the
Washington
city that I'm in. Most of the people here where I live are white people. Do you know when they show black people who are poor on welfare? You know what they do? They show black people. You know that 50% of the black people, if they say 50% of 30 million is on welfare versus 50% of 300 million of white people on welfare, the number.
All right, this is a saucy moment. We are live on YouTube.
What is
Our
a
little
saucy?
Hi,
What's a
Hi.
saucy?
Hi, our little mascot. She's our little mascot.
Oh, okay.
Whose baby is she? Whose baby?
There we
Who's
go.
your mama?
We zoom up on her. You are now on film, young lady.
Who's your mama?
Yeah, I brought you out.
Annalie and Coast to Coast.
Right.
She said my daddy.
She said no.
Well, who's your daddy? That's what's wrong with these
That's
kids.
cute.
They ain't got no respect for grown people no more.
That's cute.
My daddy.
Well, you must have asked the wrong question. Then you didn't.
Zoom in on
Who's
Saucy.
your mama? Who's your daddy?
Live
My
here on
mama.
YouTube. This is Real Talk Uncut. Saying
Yeah, I know.
goodbye. Next
Yeah, I'm
week,
glad I came by.
Mon Diego's going to bring us a story about Sudan, what's going over there, and I want to thank everybody in the audience